Hi and welcome to my channel. So today I'm going to bring you my what my plans are for my 2018 Project Life. As you may be able to see, we're not on week 27. This is actually my 2016 Project Life. But I'm going to talk through my thought process on the way I'm going to do it. So I started Project Life in 2013. I have got many of the album flip throughs on my channel for ones that are completed. I sort of did it by month. I started in about May. I went back, did it by month, then sort of did it by week. Week number 14, I think I did it by week. I kept it very plain and simple. Just added a little bit of colour to a basic card set. 2015, I used Design A. I did a double spread. I spread into 2 albums and I was like, 2 albums isn't gonna cut it. So for 2016, I did decide to do this Design F page protector. I found that most of the pictures, because I tend to pinch a load from my kids, were vertical. So they were vertical photos, so I found that this worked. And I found that in 2015 I didn't journal as much, so therefore I decided to bring in this block. So what this is the weeks and the dates, and all my journaling is in one spot. Therefore I could then just concentrate on decorating the rest, and it didn't so much matter after that. Now, I am behind on 2016. You'll have seen on my channel I've recently done, and that was week 32. So that's where I'm up to on that one. However, this doesn't stress me out at all, the fact that I'm behind. The reason being is I have this holder from, I think it's a really old Creative Memories holder, photo holder, and I have all my weeks here. They are all printed. So week 33, all the journaling is done, all the photos are printed. I just need to get creative with it. So therefore, to me, this just needs creating. It's not like I've got to think, I've got to organise, and I've got to do. So that was my overview of 2016 and what I did and why. I'm just going to shove these photos back because I've got albums everywhere. So I then had a rethink. See, look, I haven't even finished the front page, and to be honest, the front page probably won't get finished, but anyway. So then for 2017, as many of you will see, I decided to do by month. So I decided to change it and do a monthly Project Life. So we've got the beginning of January. I decided to primarily use my Citrus Twist kit because I'd not long started subscribing. In fact, this may have been the first month that I got, was January. Oh no, maybe I got it later, but no, I may have started in May or June on Citrus Twist. However, I hadn't started my Project Life. So I decided to do no particular page protector. So I went, depending on what the photos were like for that month, I would go small inserts, I would use ones with 6x12, and I just did by month about 3 or 4 pages per month, and I could put in as many photos as I wanted. And I found there were many benefits to this. Partly my page protector stash has gone down, because I'm using, especially some of these, I can't remember what designs they are, but they, quite a few of the upright ones have been used. I still did use some of the standard Design A. I got to use inserts for events and sort of highlighted some events more. So that's when I recreated my craft space, which I have done a little bit more, but anyway, that's when I took over the craft space, and I was able to dedicate a full page to that, because I wasn't worrying about whether or not it was within a week and just taking a snapshot of a week. So benefits to it was that I was able to include a lot more pictures from certain events and not having to choose. I am behind. This is where I'm up to. This is my little note to say that I'm up to May. Now, I did this past week and a bit, I did print all of my photos for the rest of the year. So I spent some time. That's memorabilia from our trip to Venice, of which has got at least a full double page spread and possibly more. I have got all my memorabilia in the right sort of places, and I just need to create with this one. I mean, this one's completely full of pictures. So with this now, it is a benefit. It is all in there. I do just need to get creative with it and therefore put it in. However, there's no journaling and stuff. So you will see these coming up, and hopefully I'll still be able to remember what they were. So that puts sort of a little bit of pressure on. Now, the only thing I did find, I mean, my girls went for a weekend trip to Disney, and again, it's just spread out over 2 sort of pages. I mean, even decorating the tree is spread out over a couple because of the amount of photos I took. Now, what I did find with this one, I also set myself the challenge to stamp and stitch on every layout. So to at least do some sort of stitching and some sort of stamping on every layout, and so far I've been good on that. Now, what I have found with this is this album is pretty full. Now, it's still gone into 1 year, and I have still got my memorabilia that I need to sort out, but as much as I've enjoyed doing it this way, I have sort of got behind and let myself get behind, and I may do it this way again with the different styles of page protectors, which I find having short ones and big ones does work when you're doing it by month, because you're doing all the photos together, so you can determine what's going on the flip side at the same sort of time. However, with 2018, I do want to keep up to date. I'll probably say that every year. So this will go into one of those lovely albums soon, but I do need another one. So this is my sort of hold it all black album. So what I've decided for 2018 is I'm going to go back to Design A. So I'm going to go back to my basic one. As much as I like the vertical one, and I may end up using that one again in a future year, there are some pictures that I do want to be able to put bigger. The journaling block in 2016, why I'm glad I did it, was sometimes hard work to make sure that I wrote that much. So for 2018, my plan is to keep up to date. We'll see how that goes. I've also printed these week cards. So if I turn them over, I've popped them all in. We've got the likes of week 1, week 2, with all the dates, week 3, week 4, as so on, which I used one by the same person but a different design for 2015. And you can get these from Etsy. They're from a lady called I Am a Paper Nerd, and these cost me £2.29. And then I've printed them out onto cardstock and spent the time trimming them all down and getting them all into this album. So I've got them all in and ready. So my plan for 2018, as much as it's a plan, is to try and be a little bit more creative with the page. So I'm not going to do a double spread like I did in 2015. So I am going to have a challenge when it comes to busy weeks or weeks where we go away. I am going to have to trim things down, which is not necessarily a bad thing because I do scrap many photos as well. I am planning on using some journaling cards more to maybe tell more of a story about something. And yeah, so I'm going to see how it goes. I do want to get a little bit more creative with some of the photos, so maybe actually think about photos, some of them being done in black and white. I may introduce flip pockets as a way of adding to this layout. I may still end up putting some inserts in, So if I do find that one week we have a birthday or a holiday, I may add in a little insert that says about that holiday. It will partly depend on the memorabilia. But my biggest thing on this spread is I'm planning on staying caught up. I know, I've said it, it's probably going to bite me. But I am planning on keeping very caught up while also catching up with the other years. So what you'll probably find with me is I will try and get at least, I tend to try and post something every third day. Tends to be the way I work. So it's 2 to 3 different YouTube videos a week is what I like to do. I will try and make sure that at least one of those is Project Life. I can't commit to a day at the moment just because I don't know what day I'm going to be able to scrap. Because I work my weeks from Monday to Sunday, today is Sunday when I'm doing this video, and therefore I don't have all the complete photos yet for this week. Now, at the moment, I also tend to scrap more at the weekend. So it's whether I will be sort of at the end, you know, nearly at the end of week 2 before I scrap week 1. But I am going to try to keep on top. I'm also going to try and be a little bit creative with some of the pockets. Maybe pulling in some shaker pockets. Maybe trying to use washi tape. I'm not quite sure yet. I'm going to try and do a think outside of the box for each spread. But I'm on to a good start. I have my album. I have my page protectors. I have all my weeks. And I have the dream. So I'm not going to commit myself to stamping on every layout. I'm not going to commit to sewing on every layout. Though I do like those features. So you may find that they come into it at some point. Just at the moment, it's not a definite. Anyway, that's my plans for 2018. That's my waffle of what I think will work and won't. So I'm hoping to be able to incorporate the journaling that I did get into 2016, but I'm going to try and keep it to 1 spread rather than 2, so that I don't fall into that trap of having 2 albums like I did in 2015, because I don't have the space. And yeah, my scrappy goal is to keep on top of 2018 and catch up on some of my past years, as well as still being able to get some layouts, especially on camera. I tend to do most of my layouts when I'm not on camera, but I'm hoping to get layouts up there for you guys as well, though they won't necessarily be every week. And then I am also hoping to get some travellers notebooks done. I'm thinking of doing that for trips and events that we've taken, and also to put some of the memorabilia in. So the likes of mine and my hubby's trip to Venice, I'm hoping to tell a few more stories and have some more pictures in a notebook, a traveller's notebook, while having an element of it in Project Life as well. But anyway, I hope you'll join me on a Project Life journey for 2018. Let me know what you're going to be doing, partly because it may give me some ideas, but also talking about it will spur me on to get it done. So thanks for watching, and I'll speak to you all again soon.